So, the Lolcows of the Internet. You know, the people that suffer for our own enjoyment. A theme I've noticed with Lolcows is that some of them don't love themselves at all, and then the others, they love themselves a little too much. I'm talking to you, Amberlyn Reed. You did not order an apple. Anyways, I've been into Lolcows for a hot minute now, starting out watching the Chris Chan documentary, and eventually a Daniel Larson one too. I love watching them, you know, but sometimes it's just sad to see them go down this pit that they can never really come back out of. Speaking of Daniel Larson, he used to be like an okay kid, but now he's in jail and his reputation is just ruined. I'm not saying that they should be reprimanded for their actions, no, not at all. Some of them did some terrible shit. I'm just trying to say that the internet probably made them even worse people than they were before. Now, I'm not going to be talking about the most known Lolcows. I'm going to be talking about the ones that are the most interesting to me. Speaking of Lolcows, how the fuck do we even say Lolcows? Have I been saying it wrong this entire time?
LOL cows.
What?
Lolcow.
What? Anywho, to start off our interesting adventure, let's talk about TOPHIACHU and her fucked up family. TOPHIACHU is interesting to me because it's not really just her that's a Lolcow, it's like her entire family. Of course she's cringe, I guess that's the right word, but then again, every Lolcow is cringe. If she just uploaded the occasional cringy video, she wouldn't be popular. No, she's also incredibly gross. I'm all for trying to understand, don't get me wrong, but it is not that hard to be clean. Her house or apartment or shack at this point, I don't even know what she lives in anymore, is basically infested with bugs and just overall dirty shit. The roaches are supposedly such a common occurrence, they get their own fucking like roach chew name. Again, it's not that hard to be clean. Soap is like $1. Of course, it's not just Sophia being the contributor to all this, although she found a roach in her Mountain Dew. No. Her father is like someone out of the fucking Russian sleep experiment. This man isn't just a regular meth or drug addict. No, he is more than that. He is... Okay, he's pretty much just a drug addict, but he sets fire to shit, but again, that's pretty much every, meth addict. Yes, there have been multiple occasions where this man will just start setting fire to shit. I can't tell if he's bipolar or if he's bipolar, but just take a good look, you sick fuck. POPHIACHU somehow got together with MAMACHU, which MAMACHU is, from what I've learned, just an actual, normal human being that's being pushed around by the family. Sophia pretty much verbally abuses her. POPHIACHU is an arsonist. I mean, what the fuck? How are you supposed to run away from that? This is where it gets messed up, in my opinion. MAMACHU is just stuck with these people, and the entire family is just falling, if not already fallen apart. Pretty much, it's like watching a dysfunctional family. Imagine those times where you're at a friend's house and they're getting yelled at by their parents, but there's a fire in the background and their dad goes to jail like every other day. Before we continue, let's kick the elephant out of the room. What is up with Chu at the end of their names? TOPHIACHU, POPHIACHU, hell, even, dare I say, SONACHU? It's because of Pikachu. Problem solved. Pretty much anything affiliated with Tophia gets a chew at the end of their name. I mean, again, a fucking roach got the name. The final main boss of the family is the brother. Brother Chu. Wow, how could we have guessed? So Brother Chu is, from what I've gathered as well, like his dad, but a pedophile. Yes, you heard that right. Okay, well, actually, before we go further, I'm going to go ahead and put up a trigger warning throughout the rest of the video because there will be some disgusting times. But yes, you heard that right. Brother Chu was posing as a 16-year-old to flirt with the 15-year-old. You're weird, buddy, you're weird. He keeps going to jail as well. Who would have guessed? Like I said, they're all pretty horrible people except for MAMACHU, at least I think. This sucks, okay? This genuinely sucks. I mean, this is just a broken family and the entire internet has a front seat to watch. I'd recommend they just stop uploading to the internet or going on their fucking TikTok lives, like at all. But then again, they wouldn't be making money. And then again, TOPHIACHU couldn't waste all of her money on food for only herself. Yes, she spends her entire paychecks on food for only herself. No wonder she lives in a fucking porta potty. I think this is where I'm going to stop talking about the Chu family, or dare I say, the Chuniverse. Just because A, there's more interesting people to talk about, B, I'm on a time budget, and C, I don't know, I just don't really want to anymore. On to the next freak of the bingo card. It's CYRAXX. Let's give it up for CYRAXX. I genuinely don't know where to start for CYRAXX. He's done so much shit and it's just genuinely fucking insane. I do not believe he is a real person. To start off with CYRAXX, he could also go by DK Customs, but we'll just go with CYRAXX. Oh, and side note, I went to the DK Customs channel and this was the first thing that popped up. What the fuck does this even mean? Anyways, CYRAXX is of course not the cleanest man out there. He's admitted to not bathing for weeks. CYRAXX is also just known for being a freak, okay? Like when I first heard about him, I was in awe. He has a history of showing his cock on camera because he thinks that'll stop the trolls. What? If anything, that only brings them closer. And he lives with his poor grandmother Sally and her boyfriend. I do not know how you could love someone like that, honest. He's even told Sally to call the police on trolls. First off, with all these lolcows, what do you think the police are going to do? Put these people in jail? No, they're gonna do absolutely nothing. If you're getting cyberbullied, I don't know, just turn off your computer. Back on the topic of his hygiene, this is gonna sound crazy, but it's true. There have been videos where his penis has been infested from bed bugs and other gross shit. What? How does that even happen? Like I said, this man cannot be real. He is the most disgusting person or thing I've ever heard of. If you haven't noticed, by the way, he has all these red spots on top of his head. I've looked on most pages and they say it's because he picks the top of his head, but I don't believe that for a damn second. Okay, we all know it's probably because of some bugs or some shit. He has something called trench foot as well. I swear to God, the more I talk about him, the more disgusting it gets. It's hard to not talk about his hygiene because he is just so gross. Enough about that shit though, let's talk about how he's a very critically acclaimed artist. I think this is how he first got on the internet, you know, trying to do music. Somehow he actually got signed to a music label somewhere called Killer Clown Sounds. That name though, I guess that makes sense. Who else would hire CYRAXX? He would plagiarize all of his music and constantly shit on other artists. I don't know if this is fully true, but supposedly he got someone called Music Biz Marty banned off of YouTube twice. I don't know if Music Biz Marty was really a musician or just a troll, but either way, that sucks. CYRAXX is the epitome of those white kids that have a fine home life, but they act like they're from O Block or something. I swear to God, CYRAXX thinks he's black because he will just yell the N-word whenever he wants to. His music is, as you would guess, fucking horrible. So let's just listen to a quick snippet of this god's artiste.
Every single day I think about suicide and what it does to me inside. Every single day I am being paid.
There has to be something wrong with him, right? Like he got dropped on his head as a baby, or his mother was smoking fent while in labor. I don't know, but CYRAXX definitely didn't come out, let's just say, correctly. I cannot believe there's someone out there, by the way, that saw CYRAXX and thought, yep, I'll date that. Like, he has had multiple relationships. This man right here has had multiple relationships. He's such a great boyfriend, by the way, that his ex left her wife and children for this man, for CYRAXX. You could have lived a happy life, but you leave for this guy? This is the same guy we're thinking of? Another sad part about this entire lockout thing, we are giving these people platforms and they're just the worst people ever. CYRAXX has emotionally and physically abused his partners, and he just says he quote unquote lashed out because of the trolls. Like, okay. I want to mention, well, not really want to mention, is how CYRAXX sexually assaulted someone named Blind Billy. Classic CYRAXX lied about him getting sexually assaulted by someone named Billy, but Billy came back and said these claims were false, and knowing CYRAXX, he was lying. That's the type of human being we're dealing with. CYRAXX is genuinely the most disgusting, egotistical piece of shit I've ever heard of. I mean this when I say it, by the way. I hope he rots in the deepest pits of hell, okay? Moving on from this absolute fucking creature, time to talk about the worst mom on the internet, Ash Ketchum. Ash TREVINO isn't only just a bad mother, she's also pretty freaky. She has a thing with only dating young men, which are inmates. Yes, people that are either out or in prison. Supposedly, she has been with 30 or more inmates. 30? So Ash TREVINO has gotten popular, or quote-unquote popular, only recently, and this has only made her more of a horrible person. She's a very manipulative person, and whenever someone tells her she did something wrong, she will do everything in her power to deny it. Going back to the young men stuff, by the way, she dated this young man named Santos, and they started dating when he was only 19 and she was 35 or 36, so she could pretty much be his mother, which is fucking weird if you haven't gathered that already. And they were getting freaky, okay? There was some freaky shit being said. He's not the best guy either, since he's another prolific liar, so I guess in a way, you know, they're similar. Of course they broke up, because a relationship with that age gap is never going to work. With this breakup came all of this drama, and only pushed TREVINO into the spotlight even more. Which is that good or bad? I don't know. You be the judge of that. Let's get into the nitty gritty, okay? Gritty. That's so fucking stupid. Ash here has also neglected her kids tons. She literally pulled her kids out of school and said that she was homeschooling them so no one would question anything, when mind you, she was not homeschooling them a damn bit. I don't think she could anyway. Her brain is either incredibly small or empty. She's never had her kids taken away from her, but has had like 20 CPS cases. Like, hello? What it seems like to me is she's just emotionally abusing her children, and that's what a lot of other people seem to think too. Now, I'm not her, okay? I'm not living their life, but I can safely say she really just is a horrible mom. Oh, and she dated the guy that her daughter liked. How more horrible can you get? This makes me realize that I am lucky I do not have a mom like Ash Tyrannosaurus. I think that's already enough on her though. I don't think I can stand talking about these pieces of shit any longer. So to wrap it all up, let's just agree that Lolcows are only popular because they are bad people. Some honorable mentions are Nova Online, God forbid White Bowser, but they're all clowns for another day. I liked making this video, even if sometimes I got incredibly uncomfortable. But if you guys want to see another video about these freaks, then I don't know, leave a comment or something. But there's way better videos out there than this one, so I recommend if you want to see more Lolcows for some reason, then go watch these videos. But one more thing before I go, please CYRAXX, please just take a shower.